Hey, welcome back everybody to another night of Nemesis Gaming League action. We're here in the Titan League for our third and final matchup of the night where we got the two top-seeded teams in the Titan League going at it between Pinnacle and Diversion here. And not sure if Merely's back yet. Are you alive, Merely? He is not alive, but I tell you what, I am not alone. Shameless plug here. I have my pasta that I have made for dinner. Cooking bagels does in fact actually cook. Not really the best angle, but that'll do. But anyways, we do have the two top teams here in the Titan League. First time that they're going to be facing off, and the only time they are going to be facing off, as Diversion is in the top of the Western Conference and Pinnacle in the top of the East. So it's looking like Pinnacle here is going to be playing with their sub and Nemi, as they have done many times this season, and hasn't stopped them thus far, as they are 9-0. So looking to get another win here against Diversion, who looking interesting names over here. We got Big Booty Butters, along with Luscious Laser. Are you back, Merely?
Yes.
Okay, and
No one told me the
Wumbo,
stream was starting.
he said he gave you the countdown. I showed the viewers my pasta and everything. I was trying to stall for some time, go solo, and we got Wumbo Wambo Wise.
That's my personal favorite one.
That's a good one.
Also, there's a little bit of beef between these teams. I wish C-Money could pull up the screenshot, but Caden got kind of destroyed in the comment section of Discord in DMs by Butters. Maybe someone could post this in Hub for us. Maybe KN. But definitely a little bit of friendly banter between these two, or maybe not so friendly. That was a pretty savage burn. But this should be a close one.
I'm definitely excited. It's been a while since we've had a Titan League matchup on stream. Sans the one that I played in earlier, but that one was kind of just a weird one. But I'm definitely expecting big things out of these two teams, and I'm looking for both of them to give it their all here. And I know they're playing with a sub merely, but you think Pinnacle's got a chance in this series?
Oh, absolutely. They've already beat, I think, at least one, maybe more teams with Nemi in. And Nemi is still a pretty solid player. Maybe not the same caliber as Zin, but KDN and Luca, I feel like just need someone who's at least solid to help bring their team to its peak. And I definitely think Pinnacle are still the favorites here, even with the sub, to be honest.
No, I agree as well. Nemi has actually subbed in probably at least 3 series at this point and has not stopped their momentum and their undefeated record thus far, as Luca and Caden a bit of a two-headed monster, while Nemi's kind of just dragging the little pail wagon behind him. But either way, they are getting the wins, and they are getting them convincingly, as it appears this opening minute here a little bit back and forth is a hard pinch going to come out, going to put this one back onto the Diversion half, but a quick clear out as Luca's going to corral this one in the midfield, setting it high up again, looking for Caden, down to Nemi for the shot, but it's a little bit of a slow roller, not enough pace there, but a good opportunity with the 3-team passing play.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity. I'd argue that there aren't very many places, if any at all, that ball could have been shot to even find its way through. There was at least 2, maybe even a full team of defenders in net. But still, Pinnacle looking like they're really bringing the heat, even starting off. Can see that they have a lot of the pressure, but right here, not exactly the same story. So far, they've taken some dangerous shots, though.
Definitely has a little bit of a error there on the Pinnacle half, forcing an unforced double commit, but nobody quite ready from Diversion to capitalize on that opportunity. Nemi up early, 0 boost, but finding contact off the corner. Butters there, actually going to whiff this ball out. Nemi can't find the shot either, and nobody ready for that unfortunate whiff. Here's Wise in the 1v1, looking for the fake. Could have try and pop it over Caden, but a last-ditch save coming out. And again, Caden already seemingly back on the goal line to make another save. Close opportunity as it bounces off his belly, in a series of high-flying plays, almost leading to a Diversion goal.
And almost leading, but almost a Pinnacle goal as well. A lot of back and forth between these two teams. Some of these plays remind me more of Novice than Titan, but still the ball hasn't entered a net yet. The defense is the one thing It seems to be raining at the absolute peak for both of these teams. A lot of goal line saves coming out, but not a team able to break through just yet.
Yeah, definitely the noviceness coming out, perhaps even the NBA Finals-esque coming out. A lot of flopping going on in the midfield, but perhaps these players just expecting things and little mechanical misplays coming out. But either way, we're
Perhaps they're
stuck at
just
a...
watching the NBA Finals while playing their series.
That's possible. I wouldn't put it past Luca, who actually has the Twitch chat open at all times while he's playing. When he's on stream, I'm 100% certain. I think after every time he scores, he says something in chat, but we'll have to look over at my second monitor to see if that reigns true this time around. If he scores, which he probably will, but
Probably.
who's to say? It's a good flick from the man, almost finding the net, but just off the backboard. Ballsy dribble. It's actually going to 50 its way past two and looking for the power shot. Luca with a great save off the crossbar. Nemi up early to secure it into his own corner. Caden chasing this one out, finding his way a little bit past two, a little bit of space to work with too, getting the mid boost and the pinch. Luca and Caden both in the corner. Demo comes out, Nemi there, a little bit too slow as the shot getting dunked out from a pre-jumping defender. We have 1 minute left here merely, and nobody can find the net, but it really feels like equal pressure all around.
It really does. These two teams seem very evenly matched. Both just narrowly missing opportunities, and this might be the first one. Still the defense holds. But like you said, both teams are giving each other opportunities, and finally, Caden will secure one. Pinnacle finally score with less than a minute left.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what Wise was doing there. He kind of just cheated all the way up and then didn't go, and then it looked like Butters may have went, but either way, all three players for Diversion, after stellar defense all game, find themselves clustered there in the midfield, and they can't find a save, but they still got 40 seconds to work with here.
Yeah, that's not all that much time, though. It seemed like their defense was absolutely impeccable for the most part of this game, but now it's just falling apart. 2 goals down now with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, and another early jump there from Wise, putting his team in kind of a really tough spot there on defense, and not really much you could do there if your Butters trying to race back, and now finding themselves down 2-0 with 30 seconds. Another good kickoff to put this one onto the Diversion half. Wise looking to get it out, but sends it straight over to Luca. Will backflip and follow his own touch. Laser there, beating his way past Luca, but a series of 50s with just over 10 seconds left, and this will spell an opening win here for Pinnacle in this series, but the 2-0 scoreline didn't tell the whole story of this game, as they're gonna get a third one off of a crazy 50 there from Luca. And I don't know if my internet has died or if Merely's PC has died again, but I'm just going to assume the latter and say that Merely is dead once again, as he has left the party. So that is true. But either way, Pinnacle will find themselves a 3-0 victory there in Game 1. And convincing fashion in the final minute, but the first almost 4.5 minutes, it was an absolute battle to find who was going to be the victor there in Game 1. I don't know if you're hopping in here, C-Money, but if not, I can just keep going. Yeah, come on in, C-Money. Why not?
Alright, hi. I'm the new voice for Merely.
Merely is dead once again, unfortunately.
Yeah. It was a good matchup.
It was a good opening game there. Gonna have to wait and see what happens in Game 2, though. Diversion, it seemed like they had a lot of opportunities, but just couldn't quite get them through. As Caden, I'm actually noticing on the scoreboard here, Caden coming up with 5 saves. So 5 of the 6 opportunities parried away there from Caden.
Sorry, I'm reading chat. They're complaining about my team colors, and I'm not happy about it.
You know, the team colors thing happens, man.
I put so much time, blood, sweat, and tears into it, and they're just like, I don't like the color.
Stop, go to bed.
Should have said something.
We could talk about it another time, Seaman. Now is not the time to to mope about. You
You're
can
right.
express your concern and the frustration later. As Diversion with some frustration of their own, as they drop that opening game here, looking to bounce back. Good start here off the kickoff. Butters looking for a redirect, but can't quite get that one out to the midfield. And a big dunk from Caden, gonna send this one back onto the Diversion half. Wise looking for the dribble, and the quick counter. Now finds himself in the 1v1 against Nemi. Decent 50, but good on Nemi to buy his team some time there. And Wise up off the sidewall looking for the pass to the mid. Butters a little bit too slow, but still finding contact, and then a little bit of a mistouch is gonna come out, and a huge own goal is gonna give Pinnacle a much faster opening scoring time.
Yeah, I mean, that's just an unfortunate pre-flip there by what looked like Wise, as Kadia just absolutely drills him with the ball. Whether it was on purpose or on accident, it was just perfectly drilled on top of him to give him the opening. And this time not under the 1 minute mark.
Yeah, definitely not. Pinnacle getting started early here as Diversion finding themselves in an uncomfortable spot off the kickoff. But easy pass out. Wise looking for Butters again, but these passes just are not hitting their mark. And Laser can't find a touch. As a demo coming out onto him. Nemi carrying this one off the sidewall, looking to get it mid. Caden up early. Gonna almost sneak his way in there, as those two Diversion players were taking way too long to challenge that ball. Laser just banging it out, trying to relieve some pressure. Actually passing it straight over to Butters, but Caden too fast. It's gonna beat out the final Diversion player. Laser taking a long time to get his way out of defense, but it's actually almost gonna find its way in. And now Steam Money, the Diversion team that was looking hot there in game one is not finding the same success as they did in game one, although the own goal did happen, so technically Pinnacle scoring without a shot though.
Yeah, I mean, they're not finding the same type of pressure and speed they had in game one, but they are still battling and battling hard. And unfortunate, oh my goodness, wow, that was incredible shot. Yeah, they're really trying. They've had the better looks overall, just not the same amount of pressure or the same amount of defense. So they have been lucky to live this long, minus an own goal accidental thing that happened. So it'll be interesting to see how this game unfolds and this series progresses.
Yeah, and without the own goal, it would be the defensive battle we did see in game one. There's another whiff coming out, Nemi sending it over, but Laser cutting it off, and actually a quick play almost resulting in the infield pass, scoring opportunity. Laser up early. Kind of had a lot of time to work with, perhaps could have left it for his teammate. Demo out, Caden now in the 1v1, looking for the air dribble, perhaps the bump too. Wise trying to figure its way out, but there was just so much chaos in that play. The bump, the air dribble, the team double committing, I don't even know. Great play though.
Yeah, that was a spectacular play. I mean, that bump, fantastic. It was perfect placed, as you know, he did land but couldn't get back to it in time, and then obviously just too hard for his teammate to come around and get around both players to make that save on that one.
Yeah, that was actually a really good play, a really good attempt there from Wise, dodging the bump and then finding a little bit of the drift turn on the goal line, but he just couldn't get back up in time. As a quick infield from Luca off the backboard, and now Pinnacle, I'm not even really sure what this touch was from Laser, just dishes it straight back out, but now Pinnacle, they're at 3-0 in a much faster time frame.
Yeah, they're really stepping up, turning on here, Pinnacle is, as that one was just an absolutely quick turnaround for them. They're looking for another one, but couldn't quite find the connect on it, and they're starting to look for each other more frequently, look for the team plays more frequently, and that's going to be their bread and butter for sure, as they're already super threatening with Luca and KDN on solo plays.
Yeah, definitely, and almost a Luca solo play coming out right there, but couldn't quite find the accuracy, and an unfortunate bounce as I have chili flakes in my mouth. Not able to find a shot there for Diversion. Butters looking to follow this one, but Caden playing it patiently. Balling his way past one is going to put him in the 1v1. No boost, though. And a pre-flip 50 is almost going to find its way in, but Butters racing back. And that would have been a crazy pre-flip from Luca to send that one in. There's another interesting pinch off the top. Caden, high off the backboard, looking for the double. Can find the angle, but lasered there. The ball was placed right on top of his head. Good shot from Caden. But either way, it's Wise making another save. Diversion find themselves down 3-0 with 30 seconds. Good shot. But Caden once again there with his defense. And Caden has gotten every single save for Pinnacle. He got 5 saves in game 1 and 4 saves here in game 2. Nobody else has really touched the ball or made a meaningful play on defense, it seems.
I mean, that's Caden's play style to me. I've always seen him just be the aggressor, the starter of the turnaround plays, the counterattacks. And oh my goodness, is Luca's gonna get a fourth with just 2 seconds there, not allowing me to really finish my thought process.
As with that 4th goal there, Butters has left the match. I'm not sure if he realizes it's a best of 5, not a best of 3. Perhaps he's changing his car. He is back. Probably just changing his car. As Pinnacle will take that one 4-0 over Diversion there in game 2. And that just looked like a more dominating performance there from Pinnacle as opposed to that game 1 where it seemed like Diversion was in the game the whole time, but this one they looked like they were outclassed from that opening own goal, which was just an unfortunate way to start off that game 2 there, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely looked a lot more outclassed here. Their goals for Pinnacle were only one more than last time, but still able to pull out a pretty commanding win there without giving up any goals. Man, I haven't cast in too long.
I mean, there was still some opportunities there for Diversion, but I mean, the game belonged to Pinnacle. There was just nothing Diversion could really do about it. They were trying, but there were so many solo plays and pressure coming out in those 1v1s, and Diversion just weren't ready for it. Their rotation was way too wide. And the first 2.5 minutes looked a lot like game 1, and then it all fell apart. If it wasn't for that own goal, Pinnacle was sitting at 0 shots for 2.5 minutes. But, I mean, either way, Diversion, they couldn't just hold on to that consistency. And now they find themselves down 2-0 in the series, and I don't think anybody is really reverse sweeping Pinnacle here.
Yeah, Pinnacle definitely has the pretty easy road ahead of them here. 3 games to win 1 more if it gets to game 5, and being undefeated thus far, also giving up 0 goals against the number 2 record-based, number 3 powered ranking Diversion. It's not looking too solid for them, but we'll find out if Diversion can maybe bounce back and take a game off of them here, as they are now getting things going on the pitch.
Yeah, as Diversion subbing out Butters here and putting in Zerf for game 3 here. I didn't even know Zerf was on the roster, actually, but that shows you how much I know about my own league. Or rather, the Diversion team, who I haven't really been paying attention to much, but has quietly, as you mentioned, sitting at the number 2 record there at 7-2. And I'm not really sure who the results are against, but they're looking just a little off their mark here in this series, or maybe it's just that Pinnacle is such a dominant team that the 7-2 record is not showing out. Surf looking for the solo play, but quick counterattack. Off target, though. As Laser looking to find his way out. 0 boost, can't follow it, but the ball thankfully hit straight into him. And 2 players up for Diversion, but nobody finding contact. And again, Zerf whiffing out. Now Laser looking for a pass over to Wise, getting a good 50. This one could bounce favorably off the backboard, but again, that's actually the 3rd challenge in a row that Zerf has just not been able to find contact on, and I'm questioning the decision at this point that they subbed Butters out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the thought process was there. I know Zerf usually really mechanical, and I mean, he pulled through hardcore last season for Hydra all the way up to the finals, that is. But sadly, we had to let him go off Dragons this season, due to him not giving himself any credit and being too hard on himself, caused him to not play to his potential. So it'll be interesting, for me at least, to see how he performs here. And so far, it's not looking so hot.
It hasn't looked the greatest coming out from him as far as individual performances go, but again, this is the same exact trend as Game 1 and Game 2. The opening few minutes here, it's just been a tie here. Nobody has been able to put any shots on any threatening opportunities. And we're sitting at 0-0. Here's a good opportunity here. Laser looking for the belly flop onto it, and another save. Finally, somebody besides Caden gets a save, and it's Nemi. And that was a big one there to basically stop Diversion's first chance at scoring in this whole series. Here's Wise in the infield, trying to pass it over, but Luca, no boost, allowing Laser a lot of space, but flicking that one up high, and finally, Luca getting involved in the save department as well, and it's not just Caden there on defense.
Yeah, no, I never really thought it was just Caden. He was just the one who was able to stop the plays. I mean, what do you expect when you're usually voted 1 or 2 for the top player in Titan? He's going to be the one to make the reads and make the plays the fastest. And it's going to give him a majority of the team saves, but after a bombardment like that, everybody's going to need to get involved or you're going to get scored on.
Absolutely, as here's Nemi getting involved on the offense, and a misrotation coming out for Diversion. And this time, breaking the scoring drought again in an unconventional way. Both Wise and Zerf clustered in the corner, and just nobody there.
Yeah, that was just what you expect to see from Pinnacle, I guess. They continue to bombard you, go fast, play up the wall constantly. They're everywhere that you don't want them to be when you're trying to get the ball out of your side. Is, oh my goodness, Diversion with a quick pinch goal and a quick silencer to that 1-goal differential.
Yeah, and kind of a crazy read. I'm not even sure why Zerf was up for that, but either way, nobody from Pinnacle finding contact on that ball, on that challenge even. And finally, Diversion going to break their own scoring drought, scoring finally here in Game 3, notching it up at 1-1 apiece. As this one lofting its way over on the net. Caden getting a favorable double tap pinch there. Laser looking for the double. Surf was up early as well. Wise probably should be careful here as he's going to get 50'd all the way out to his own side. Surf collecting his own corner, 50ing his way across his own goal line. As here's Wise. A lot of space to work with, looking for the pass over to Laser, but too high for the opportunity. Wise there. Luca actually a little bit, I've never even really seen that from him. He just kind of just fumbled on the goal line. I've never seen him not in a comfortable spot right here.
Yeah, I mean, that's good placement, but you're not wrong. That's pretty awkward there for Luca, and that's not something you would expect from him. But when you're a team that's been outshining like Pinnacle has, they're up 2 games here on Diversion when it comes to record, and just these last couple plays, they've been getting absolutely just hounded on. And this is looking very favorable for Diversion in this game now.
Yeah, definitely. And the shot department is showing as well. Diversion sitting at 10 shots, and I don't even think they got anywhere close to that. Here's Caden looking for the redirect off the sidewall, but easily saved away. But they're definitely showing up in the shot department. I'm not sure if that's in part due to Zerf's rotation or what exactly the deal is, as he's bouncing off of the enemy backboard there for Pinnacle, feeling confident. And the whiffs came out early here in Game 3 for Zerf, but he's just trying to show up as best he can, looking for another opportunity as Laser gets shut out. Wise perhaps looking to pass it back over to Zerf, but this one goes straight onto the wall, and I'm not sure who that was for Pinnacle, but they just dished up Zerf on a silver platter there.
Yeah, I mean, Luca probably not getting the pinch he wanted there, as that one was pretty slow afterwards. And that one's just going to go straight to Zerf. And you were just mentioning him jumping off back walls and stuff, and I think that might have been what Diversion needed. Needed that chaotic neutral player out here doing things you would never expect anybody to ever do in any situation, and Zerf is there doing it.
I do love the chaotic neutrals, as that is probably what they needed. As I was going to mention a little bit, it just seems like that Diversion team, they feel composed, but overall they're taking a lot of solo plays and a lot of slow pace plays, a lot of dribbles out of defense, and a lot of slow air dribbles on offense. And Zerf, he's just providing that speed and that pace, whether he's finding contact or not. It's putting pressure on Pinnacle, and I'm not really sure if Lightning's going to strike twice there, but they certainly found a victory here in game 1 or game 3, excuse me, and it was convincing, finishing the game at 13 shots to Pinnacle's 5.
Yeah, that's a very convincing game, and obviously a game they have to win there, otherwise that's going to end the series. But they managed to overcome that little obstacle of the burden of if we lose, we go home in this one. Now it's going to be up to them to carry that momentum and continue into it. Otherwise, Pinnacle is going to be walking home with the first team to reach 10 wins on the season. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They would move on to 10-0 if Pinnacle found a win, and Diversion would move to 7-3. But the series is not over yet. But I have a feeling on the half of Pinnacle, there was a little bit of strange plays coming out there from Luca primarily. The weird kind of thing, he just didn't challenge the ball in the net, and it kind of just wafted its way in, and then he slapped it off the back wall, or the side wall, excuse me, straight into Zerf. But I have a feeling Pinnacle, they're not sweating one bit. They're probably just gonna, the comms are probably jolly and whatnot, so I'm sure they're doing just fine. But either way, they probably did want to win that game just to smack it in Diversion's faces. But moving on here to Forbidden Temple, they're gonna have to find some more momentum their way.
Yeah, I mean, Rockerman loves to throw it out there, so I might as well too. That Hidden to Temple is the place where the crazy things happen, and I don't know what would be much crazier than Diversion, after just being absolutely dominating in game 1 and 2, continuing a dominating comeback, and send this to a game 5.
That would certainly be crazy and entertaining at the same time, as a little bit of a missed shot there coming out from Diversion. And again, ever since this Zerf sub-in, I'm not sure exactly what the logistics behind it are, but the pressure game for Diversion is certainly ramped up a little bit. Haven't found a shot here in game 4, but all the pressure sitting on this Pinnacle half. So here's Caden up, looking for the follow. Recovery off the sidewall, perhaps looking for the fake and the bump, but couldn't get it over to Luca. As Laser trying to find a bump of his own. Zerf getting hard 50'd out. Wise gonna take his time, collect his own corner, try and manufacture a counterattack off of defense. As Caden is just absolutely harassing him, but Wise hasn't even touched the ground. It's almost a quick counterattack coming out from the pass into the corner. Caden up early again, very reminiscent of the last drive for Pinnacle off the sidewall. Caden again looking for an infield pass to Luca, this time finding contact. Nemi way too far back, and by the time he challenged, getting 50'd out. And I mean, I tell you what, C-Money, the opening 2 minutes here of the series, as here's a banger on net, has gone the exact same way all 4 games. Nobody has scored that fast in this series for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but Caden there, he's gonna put it to you, and he's gonna do it 10 seconds early, as nobody's been able to do it yet, except for an unfortunate own goal. But yeah, that was just an absolutely slotted shot by Caden there, and I'd have to say, so far out of all the games, this is the most fast-paced and intense, most Titan-looking game we have had yet between all of the series. And I'm just bewildered by the absolute sheer speed that has came out this early in this game.
It definitely is. They have ramped it up here in game 4, but Pinnacle ramping it up as well. Looking for the pass up to Luca off the corner, but that opportunity getting cut off early. Here's Caden, free flip, trying to dish its way straight down, but actually that is not Caden, that is Nemi, who has changed his name to just Dot. Again, these high-flying redirects trying to find their way, but Diversion's just cutting them off way too quickly. Pass down to Zerf. Laser's actually going to land on it, and this one's going to go in off of the unfortunate mistouch there from, I believe, Laser. Just landed on it.
Yeah, Laser initially not getting a great clear out, a little weaker of a hit than he wanted, and then proceeds to land on it. Was not also a favorable touch, and Nemi with a quick turnaround on a wide open net, and just barely able to get it past the defender, who was rushing back to make the save.
Again, and Diversion, they found their way back into game 3 after finding themselves down in that game. We'll have to see if they can try and mount a comeback here again to keep the reverse sweep hopes alive. Here's Laser trying to put one on, but Luca sending it away pretty easily. Caden finding contact on the final diversion player, net somewhat open. Luca looking for the high pop, Laser off his own backboard, not doing much with it, as Nemi, with a very slow shot, could have capitalized and made the lead 3-0. But now, Pinnacle in a dangerous spot there, but Wise not finding contact off the backboard. Luca finding the read to send his way out of defense, and again, dunking out the player to boot before finding himself demoed on the ball. Caden with a big 50. Nemi looking for the read, perhaps may have even had it if Wise did not make it himself. As Caden almost own goaling, barely able to dribble his way out. Big pre-flip from Laser, but again, Diversion, they're trying so hard here, but they're sitting at 0 shots here, C-Money, and they've tried. Just nothing going right now.
Yeah, their attempts are a little off the mark, and their clears also a little bit off the mark, as there's another one. A little bit of a mistake there from Zerf, not able to find the initial touch, and then making Wise have to rush at it. And it's just going to give Luca an entire net to shoot at. Little tight angle, but not anything he couldn't handle.
Yeah, definitely. That was as much of an open net as it probably could have been, but still Luca able to position that one off to the right side. But either way, Pinnacle, as Luca looking for the solo play with the bumps coming out from Nemi, are going to find themselves up 3-0 here in Game 4. And surely at this point, Diversion, they haven't found a single shot here. Are going to continue the lockdown defense from Pinnacle. And they will be moving on to 10-0 unless some sort of crazy something or other on Forbidden Temple seems to happen here in the last 30 seconds. But I find that pretty hard to believe. Zerf trying to get something going, but Nemi was up extremely early. Net open, Luca with the ground pinch, not going to find the accuracy. Caden with the follow-up, with the demo. But Laser, almost able to find that one for a save. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The Battle of the Titans is going to go to Pinnacle as they will move on to 10-0 with a 3-1 series victory here. And at this point, they're playing with the sub C-Money. And I don't even know how many series Zin has actually played in, but if this is the sub, I'm not sure if anybody can stop him at this point.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see if you're any of the other Titan people out there. You want to see the sub be the mold of the team and hope that those are chances that you can take over. But this was not the situation tonight, or has not been all season, as they cash in another win and proceed to get their win record to the double digits, along with, I believe, Hydra can do it tonight, and a couple other teams for the season. One or two, maybe. Arrival. I think Arrival can do it tonight. They haven't played yet.
Well, my team is competing for double-digit losses, so we'll have to see if they get that. No shade to my own org, but unfortunately, it's not been a great season for most of the Graveyard Shift teams, except for the Reapers. The Reapers are doing respectable here, but yeah, definitely, Pinnacle just continuing to be dominant. And I'm not even sure if they're even been try-harding 50% in any of these series. I mean, back when it was Game 2 of the season here, we took Pinnacle to Game 5 with one of our subs on the team, and it was against Nemi and their sub as well. So I think we're the only team to even take them to Game 5, but I could be wrong. But either way, a dominant showing there from Pinnacle. Diversion, they had a little bit of fight in them, but not enough to get anything going here, really. As that's going to close out the matches here for the night, C-Money. I'm not sure if you got anything to say to anybody.
I mean, it's been a great night. Tried to find some absolute bangers, and I think I did just about that. Not a single sweep, but sadly not a Game 5 either. I thought maybe some very closely seated teams would produce some very closely fought Game 5s, but we're close.
Yeah. I thought this was the series. I thought this would be it. I actually thought the series that I played in, Grandmasters against Reapers, was going to be kind of a banger one, but that was a very strange series as well. But either way, at least a lot of 4-game series wins across the board. for tonight's matches. But I mean, it wasn't the series we wanted to close out the night with. Diversion Pinnacle. Pinnacle will take it, moving on to 10-0. That's going to close out the matches for tonight here, and we'll see you guys on Saturday. And hopefully, I don't know what the series score for the Bucks is, but I mean, hopefully, I'm sure everybody in chat wants the Bucks to lose to see Rockerman mauled. So I guess Suns in 6. Why not? And we'll catch you guys on Saturday night for some more Rocket League action.